Yeah,
it was
Papa
all
John.
because of Papa fucking John.
There's a reckoning.
That guy. Yeah,
Oh
there will be a reckoning.
And
you will
he
see
turned into a wet-faced Clint Eastwood there for about 5 minutes. Fucking great. Hey, why was he so shiny?
I don't know, because he said he had 40 pizzas in the last 30 days.
He tasted 40 pizzas.
He looked like
okay,
he
have you
used
ever
bone
had
broth.
in 30 days? Have you ever had 40 pieces?
God,
of pizza?
no, that's outrageous.
Oh.
But you know, it was his former company, and he's doing some research. 40 seems a little high, like maybe a taste test every week or something, you know. But,
Yeah.
but that's not why he was so wet. He looked like he had like lathered up with grease or something.
That was hand sanitizer. He knew of the reckoning.
Oh, he was prepping. I don't know why he was so shiny. I showed that to someone literally 2 days ago. I was like, look how shiny he is.
I feel like you didn't grow up with Italians. They're shiny people. They're shiny.
Italians can be very shiny people.
God, it's like,
If you grew up in
little
Jersey
Earl.
and half your high school looked like that guy, you'd be like, yeah, he's one of the shiny
Dab him
ones.
with like those blue mechanic paper towels. I love
He needed a
Papa
little
John.
powder before they turned the camera and the lights on. I feel like whoever was shooting that really fucked him over, because you know they were like, Papa is very shiny. It's absurd. Should we do something? Fuck no. Roll on this.
that was
we
what they
just-
did with
should
the
we
Kennedy-Nixon debate back in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the first presidential debate on television. The Kennedy people had it figured out. They knew, like, this isn't audio anymore. People are seeing you. So they had JFK all nice and prim and proper. And Nixon was just profusely sweating, greasy, shiny.
Pockmarked.
And they say that's what turned the tide.
Everything
Yeah,
you
he had
say is
makeup
true, but also Kennedy's one of the best looking presidents we've ever had.
Oh yeah,
it's just
yeah.
gonna-
You're not going to
Very
beat
cute.
Kennedy,
He's
even
the
on a
best-looking
bad
president.
HD day.
I mean, that's the debate where everyone who listened on the radio was like, "Oh, Nixon trounced him," and everyone who watched on TV was like,
Yeah.
oh, Nixon got absolutely dominated in that one."
And they haven't forgotten that up till this day, as far as the visual medium goes.
Yeah. Well, what was the one? Who was the guy in the late '80s or whatever who wore like the ill-fitting army hat in the tank and looked like a
that was
fucking
Dukakis.
fool?
Yeah.
Dukakis, where like they say that's the
Dukakis.
photo that sent him down.
He was in a tank and he had a helmet on with a chin strap, and it just bad.
Yeah, he looked like a bobblehead doll. He had one of those big helmets on. Yeah. And his head was going, and it said like Dukakis across the front. and I think it was it Bush, or I think Bush at the time was running against them. And they actually had that in a Bush ad and said, "Is this the man you want leading the military?" And he's just in a tank with his head going. It lost it was as good as as far as
We're going to North Dakota.
There was a similar one. George W. Bush was running against John Kerry. And John Kerry visited, it might have been Intel or something, but he had to wear, I think it's called a bunny suit, right? So the whole thing is like dust proof, and all that showed was his face, right? It had like a cloth helmet. And the W people.
He was crawling through like a tube.
Yeah.
And he was coming out of it and he's smiling and he just looked like a blithering idiot.
Yeah. So
When you
so
find
they
that,
showed
what
this
do you look
picture again and again and again, right? Him in this silly bunny suit. The picture I'm showing, it didn't really have ears. But anyway, and then they showed this again and again, and they asked the W people, like, why are you running this picture? And they were like, we just like it a lot. It's like, all right, I see, I get it.
There are those moments that instantly trash a presidential. Yeah, look at that. What is he doing?
That's it, yeah.
Oh, he looks terrible. He looks like the front of the human centipede.
How do you play Twister during the coronavirus? He looks pathetic.
He does.
No one's
that is
going to
not a
look good in
flattering
that.
position.
None of us would
No.
look good in that outfit
And
or
you
position.
think your people
can't
would
look
say,
good in that.
no, don't do that.
Right.
You're running, but you're going to look like an idiot.
I wonder if his people were too subservient, right? Maybe he doesn't hire
Well,
no
yes
man.
men. The last thing you need as a presidential candidate are yes men.
Mhm.
You just have to have someone that'll go, yeah, you know all these other people that blew it during the election? That's going to be you if you do this.
Yeah.
See, all right, but what if Trump had one of those guys? Like, whoa, Mr. Trump. this isn't going to work.
Oh, that he had.
He only has those guys.
He ignored
He's
them
only
all,
got guys,
though.
but then he says
ignored
He
them
doesn't have
all.
any of those guys. It's the complete opposite, Dick. If you disagree with Trump, you get fired. Now he only has yes men left.
Or wait. What if he did have a whole team and we saw the soft version of Trump? What if
like he
Yeah,
didn't do all
we're
the
gonna
stuff.
need a big burning cross right here in the state. So let people know. Let them know down here in South Carolina how we roll.
No, you know
Mr.
what?
President.
I'm going to go out there. I'm going to say that this coronavirus is retarded.
Oh my God.
And if we ever been dominated by a retard, I don't think so. We're going to keep it going.
Jesus Christ.
It's just, yeah, maybe we're not seeing all the really
Yeah.
bad stuff.
I want to change the American flag to that thing they love in the South. We've got to win Florida. With the
I've
stars and
checked.
bars.
You can fit all the stars on
I
there.
love it.
It's on the top of the Dukes of Hazzard car. People love that shit.
he wants the presidential limo to be the Dukes of Hazzard car?
I want to come jumping over the Lincoln Monument.
Oh, these people calling racist. Lots of dumb people, lots of idiots saying this. I just like the car. I think the movie's fantastic.
I like the car. What's the matter with the car?
Yeah.
It's
Hood
orange.
sliding like Bo Duke.
Dude, his giant ass hood sliding and dents left behind.
It leaves
it would be the
a
opposite.
dent across the hood like a
Yeah,
comet
he's
just hit Earth.
a full fucking dent with scrapes. He's got like paint on his ass when he gets off it. Yeah, he easily has the largest ass of any president in the last century.
He's a
You gotta go
doughy
back to-
guy.
you gotta go
Maybe
back to
Taft.
Yeah,
I was
Right.
just gonna, yes, Taft had a big doughy ass. But you can't think that Joe Biden is mentally sound. Let me do this again, you son. Right, I got it.
Yeah,
you know what it
I-
is? I'm using a Canon camera, and I did all the settings, but every half hour it just shuts off anyway. I don't know why.
No
Yeah, good at
but
fixing it.
whatevs. I know how to turn it on very quickly. Very quickly.
Nobody's quicker.
So you got to say, Biden is gone. Like the guy, I've seen his mind go in the past 3 months, even more than it was. So it's not going to get better. I've had family members that have suffered with Alzheimer's. It doesn't get better.
Oh.
It just gets worse. And I think, and being familiar with that, I know the look. I know that thing where when his sister and his wife were on stage and he goes, they switched on me. They switched. People with Alzheimer's and going through dementia, they will try to instantly make an excuse and get very defensive as to why they made a mistake. And it's all I'm seeing in this guy. And
Or
anyone
try
that's
to act like they
endorsing
were just being
him.
silly. Like oh, I was
Yeah.
kidding
Oh, that's
around.
just Joe being Joe. What? Senile? Is that Joe being Joe? Because
I saw a meme
The
yesterday.
good
senility.
part that you guys are overlooking is he will laugh at the same goat.com joke every week.
That's true. That's
Now
true.
there's a
He's a
plus.
very easy audience. Yeah.
There's an upside.
Dick,
I saw a
can't
meme
hear you.
yesterday, and it was Obama like leaning into Joe to whisper, and he says, "Joe, I just want you to know, I'm endorsing you." And Joe goes, "Great. For what?"
The memes are brutal.
Mhm.
Brutal
Oh, yeah.
memes, man.
Do you think he's going to debate Trump? Like, do you think he's going to
Yes.
show
No,
up?
Yes.
no, they're gonna. I
no
guarantee
way.
you this: if he even makes it to the point where they have to debate, they will claim some kind of a COVID thing. They'll say he can't be in the same room, and they'll even try to change the format of a debate where it's like they're given the questions in advance, some type of thing where it's more like a town hall that he's been doing, which are totally, he's on prompter. He knows the questions. He doesn't even have to know the questions. He's reading off a prompter. He's not well. He's not a well man.
I think they'll do some kind of like, we're not going to, you know what? We're not going to let Trump do his antics in front of everyone. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna lower my campaign.
I think
Right,
they're going to have
right.
debates
That's
like they
what they'll
always
do,
do.
so he
No, they
doesn't have
won't.
to
They're
talk.
going to have debates like they always do. They did it in the Democratic primaries, and they'll do it
I
in the
hope you're
general.
right. I hope you're
But-
right because it's going to be fucking
Trump
funny again.
walks out with
I
a
thought we
pillow
would
and
never
goes
see
on
anything as
stage.
funny as 2016.
Oh.
I think it's coming.
You'd be in jail. Click. Oh, greatest comeback ever.
And the crowd went wild.
Oh,
and Anderson
the
Cooper was
moderators
like,
were laughing. The
no,
fucking
Anderson Cooper was
moderators.
pissed. Anderson Cooper was like, we just want to remind the crowd to don't do that. Because the crowd's going, oh, yeah, lock her up.
I was reading. To get off a politics for a bit. I was reading something